Hey everybody, Ace here. If you have an option to invest into your 401k with your employer, you most likely should, because it's very easy to become a 401k millionaire. So without wasting any more of your time, let's hop into 8 things you need to know about your 401k. 1. 401ks give you a tax break. The name 401k was actually derived from the tax code itself. The 401k is an employer-based retirement account, also known as a defined contribution plan. You contribute pre-tax money from your paychecks into this retirement account, and by doing so, it actually lowers your taxable income. For example, if you make $3,000 a month and you contribute $500 per month into your 401k, that actually makes your taxable income $2,500 a month. Also, while in your 401k, your money grows free from taxes, which ultimately boosts your savings. For example, if you invested $8,000 a month for 30 years, and that $8,000 a month grew at a 7% rate, which is actually a little bit less than your standard 8 to 10% rate that your market grows, you would have $800,000 in your 401k. But in the contrary, if you would have just invested that into a normal brokerage account, and let's just say you got taxed at a 25% tax rate, you would only have $600,000 in that brokerage account. Therefore, your 401k is actually making you $200,000 more dollars because of the tax benefits. 2. There's a limited amount of money you can actually put into your 401k. The IRS actually sets an annual limit of how much you can contribute to your 401k. And as of 2021, the max you can contribute is $19,500. Unless you're over 50 years old, then you can contribute an additional $6,500 as a catch-up. Now, that amount that you can contribute per year does not include your employer's contributions. 3. Your company may give you free money, aka employer contributions. Most employers actually want you to save in your 401k because they get tax benefits for it as well. Many companies will actually match the employee's contribution into a 401k. For example, they might match 50 cents to every dollar up to 4%. Therefore, you're just getting free money when you're contributing to your 401k. And some companies might actually provide contributions to your 401k account even though you're not contributing to your own company's 401k. If your employer has a 401k match, then you're going to need to know about something called the vesting schedule, or how long you need to be vested in that company to be able to claim that 401k match from your employer. This is the amount of time you actually have to work for your employer to be able to claim the match they're putting into your 401k. It could be 6 months, it could be all the way up to 5 years, and it really depends on the employer you're working for. In my experience, I've had anywhere from no vesting schedule whatsoever to a 2-year vesting schedule, which means I had to work 2 full years with that company to be able to claim the 401k match that they were putting in. So make sure you know your company's vesting schedule before you leave the company.
I'm taking a permanent break from you!
Because you don't want to leave free money on the table. 4. Fees will take some of your profits. Unfortunately, retirement plans are not free. In fact, it can be quite costly. According to the Retirement Savings Drain, a research report by Robert Hilton Smith, fees could eat up to 30% of your 401k portfolio by the time you retire. So make sure you pay attention to each fund's expense ratio, which is a measure of the fund's operating expenses expressed as an annual percentage. Some funds will have a lower expense ratio and some funds will have a higher expense ratio. Personally, Vanguard has some of the lowest expense ratios of index funds or ETFs in the market currently. Additionally, your 401k can charge additional fees for operating or administration expenses. For me and my 401k, I'm paying about $14.75 per month, or $177 per year for my 401k. 5. You may have a Roth option to your 401k. Not all plans offer a Roth 401k option, but if yours does, you could take advantage of it. A Roth 401k is just like a Roth IRA, where you contribute after-tax dollars into your 401k so your money can grow tax-free and you can withdraw it tax-free. There are some benefits to contributing to a Roth 401k, just like a Roth IRA, versus your traditional 401k. And if you want to know some of the differences, just leave me a comment down below and I can explain some of them to you. But ultimately, if you're contributing to your retirement plan, whether that be your traditional 401k or your Roth 401k, you can't go wrong because you're saving for retirement. Now you can also choose to divide how much you want to contribute to each 401k option if you have the ability to. So the traditional or the Roth, you could invest 50-50, you could invest 70-30, you could go 100% into your Roth 401k, but just remember that your employer's contributions or their match will most likely be put into the traditional 401k option. 6. There are always ways to access your 401k money early. Money you stash away or save into your 401k isn't supposed to be touched until retirement, and any money that you pull out early might be subject to a 10% penalty for pulling your money out early. But if you leave your job as early as age 55, you should be able to pull out of your 401k at that point penalty free. Company 401ks also allow participants to be able to loan money from their account. Now, you may have to pay fees on that loan that you took out, and generally you're going to have to pay interest as well on top of the money you took out from your 401k, but look at it as you're paying interest back to yourself, because the money ultimately has to go back into your account anyways. And if you don't pay that loan back in a certain amount of time, it may be considered as taxable income. So be careful with 401k loans. Also, if you plan on retiring earlier than the age 55 and want to be able to access your 401k money, you can do that with something called a Roth conversion ladder. A Roth conversion ladder is a way to access your 401k money early without having to pay any penalties on it whatsoever. And if you want to learn more about a Roth conversion ladder, leave me a comment down below and I can make a video on it for you. So ultimately, don't feel like when you invest your money into a 401k, it's locked up there until you're 60 years or older, because it's not. There's a lot of different ways that you can access your 401k money. 7. You can roll over your 401k account. There are a variety of options you can do with your 401k, especially if you're not working for the same employer or don't plan on working for the same employer for 30 years in a row. Some of the options include taking a lump sum distribution. You could leave your 401k in your 401k. You could roll your 401k over into an IRA. Or if you're going into a completely new employer, you might be able to roll your 401k plan into your new employer's 401k plan. It is usually best to keep your money in a tax shelter so it can continue to grow tax deferred. Whether you move it over to an IRA or you roll it into your new employer's 401k, just make sure you do it within the certain allotted time frame so you don't have to worry about paying taxes or fees when you're transferring your money. I personally like to roll my money's 401k over into my new employer because first, it's easier just to have all of your money in one place rather than leaving it at your previous employers. I currently would have over 4 different 401ks if I left it with my past employers, so it's a lot easier to have it just in one location. Also, compounding interest really works for you the more money you have in one single account rather than spread across multiple different accounts. And the last thing you need to know about your 401k is you're ultimately going to be forced to withdraw your money. The government won't let you keep your money in a 401k forever. Just like an IRA, 401ks have required minimum distributions, or RMDs. At age 70 and a half, you're required to calculate your RMD. Your RMD amount is calculated by dividing your tax-deferred retirement account balance as of December 31st of the last year by your life expectancy factor. Your life expectancy factor is taken from an IRS Uniform Lifetime Table. Once you have determined your RMD at that age 70 and a half, then your money is required to be withdrawn from your 401k at that point, at those specific amounts. Well, there you go. 8 things you need to know about a 401k. If you like this video or learned anything, please just tap that thumbs up button for me. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions on what I covered, and subscribe for more content. And I'll hope to see you in the next video.